Dr. Andy Harris, another leader on this issue.
Gentleman is recognized for 4 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Look, this bill is very simple. This bill just says that states actually can be partners with the federal government in Medicaid. The federal government, the Secretary of HHS, doesn't get to tell a state which providers they think are inadequate. Yes, inadequate. Planned Parenthood is not a comprehensive health provider in my district. In the Lower Eastern Shore of Maryland, they closed the Planned Parenthood in April and said on the website, and I quote, that the Easton Center will be open, you can get services Monday through Friday at the center in Easton, 45 minutes up the road. Well, Madam Speaker, if you go up the road today, they're closed. In fact, the center in Easton, funded with federal dollars, is open 2 days a week. That clinic is empty the rest of the time. Federal dollars paying for an empty clinic that doesn't deliver comprehensive care. Because, Madam Speaker, you may have heard somewhere that Planned Parenthood provides mammograms. Nonsense. Even Planned Parenthood executives say they don't have a mammogram machine in the entire system. They don't provide mammograms. The only method of breast cancer screening that actually results in deaths from breast cancer, the only method, mammograms, they don't even provide at Planned Parenthood. They say, oh, but you can be referred. Actually, Madam Speaker, the law is you don't need a referral for mammogram screenings. That's the law. You don't need a referral. Any woman can go and get a mammogram screening as long as she's within the screening guidelines without a referral. So exactly what is this magic that Planned Parenthood provides? You know, the gentlelady from New York said, you know, it fills a gap that community health centers can't fill. Nonsense. Community health centers can provide mammograms. They can provide breast screening, cervical cancer screening, contraceptives, birth control. The only thing they don't do is they don't provide abortions outside the limits of the Hyde Amendment, and they don't sell baby body parts. Oh, that's right. I guess if selling baby body parts is what's important about women's health care, then you're right. You got to go to a Planned Parenthood to get it. You can't get a community health center. Because remember, there are 13,000 community health centers providing the broad range, the truly broad range of health care. Not health care that you have to leave, by the way. Maybe you approach some age, you're younger than some age, and you don't go to a Planned Parenthood because it's not comprehensive care. Community health centers are. They were designed that way. The Affordable Care Act, I'm no particular fan of it. The fact of the matter is it set these up to be truly comprehensive primary care centers, and there are 20 times as many as there are Planned Parenthoods. And you know what? My community health center in my district, if you call today, they're actually open. If you call tomorrow, they're open, but Planned Parenthood isn't. If you call Thursday, Planned Parenthood's open for 7.5 hours. My community health center for 8.5. If you call Friday, you're out of luck at Planned Parenthood. Madam Speaker, we're paying Planned Parenthood to keep an empty office open that doesn't even provide comprehensive care in my clinic. Now, the gentlelady from New York said that under this bill, you could not provide an abortion. That's nonsense. Read the bill. It says as long as you provide abortions consistent with the Hyde Amendment, rape or incest exclusion, or life of the mother. In fact, the gentlelady was wrong. She said lives are threatened. No, Madam Speaker, if lives are threatened, specifically this bill says that provider that state can choose to fund that provider and can do that. Madam Speaker, the bottom line is Planned Parenthood, there's only one thing it does that you don't get. Again, I'll reiterate it. You don't get in a community health center. You can get an abortion, usually at any stage of pregnancy for any reason, and you can get your baby's body parts sold in the trafficking of body parts that we saw in those films. Those films doctored? They're not doctored. Anyone could go look on the website. They're raw footage. People talking about a Lamborghini from the profits of baby body parts. If that isn't repulsive to us, what is? All this bill does allow states to defund that. I yield back.
Gentleman yields back. Gentleman from Pennsylvania reserves. And the chair recognizes the gentlewoman from Colorado.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.